We 19! We 19! We 58! We 59! Hey, Rex! Rex! Yeah. We 19! We 99! Can't. Oscar! Turbos and a... Give me east, right, flop. B right, all the way outside. Y, left. Fake, 396 bag. B hand, C puck. Is that long enough for you? 319. Check New York Bozo! New York Bozo! New York Bozo!
Hello, friends. Welcome to another edition of the Pre-Snap here on Game On Wisconsin. We're getting you ready for Packers and Jaguars here on Game On Wisconsin. Thanks for joining us again on I don't care where you are, but it seems like everywhere we are, it's a crappy Sunday. Perfect day to sit inside and watch Packers football. So I'm Dan Kotnick. Todd Varney's here, Jimmy Christensen as well. All the boys from Lombardi's Bar taking things over here on a Sunday, guys. Opening the bar on a Sunday. I like that.
I don't. I'm struggling. I told you guys this morning. My daughter, I was a little hungover on the couch. It's like the one time my wife, my friend had to reserve me like 3 weeks in advance. Like, hey, this day I'm taking Jimmy out. Last night was the night, and I woke up this morning to my daughter trying to put my glasses on my face, and I was like, I love you, but now's not the time to have it.
Daddy had too much of his special party juice.
Yeah. I had too much bubbly.
Too much bubbly. All right, guys. Well, let's get ready for this. Packers, Jaguars. Here's my just initial thing with this. When we were doing this thing, like before the season even started early on, and we could pick which stuff we wanted to do. And I was like, perfect. I'm going to do stuff on that Jacksonville game because it's going to be nice and easy. Not going to have to worry about too much. So can anyone tell me why my stomach is in knots about this damn game? I get so many flashbacks to Minnesota 2 weeks ago, right? Like, am I crazy? Someone talked me down. Todd, you were saying off camera that you were going to help me out here once we got in there. So
it was the first thing you said when we jumped on was that you were a wreck about this. So the good news is we know how Aaron Rodgers is playing this year, and he definitely took something away from that Minnesota game. The only thing that we're worried about in this game is the weather, right? Like, it's just the wind that worries us. Well, we've got Aaron Jones for this one, so that's going to help out. I think him and Jamal can have a great day. I would hope that the defense can remember that game against Minnesota as well, and kind of put something together a little more substantial than they did. And also, I mean, not to give Kirk Cousins any credit because I hate to do that, but I don't know that Jake Luton is in that same category. They're missing Laviska Shenault today, so really just got to shut down Chark. Which, if it's windy, not even too worried about that. So I think they'll be all right, Dan. I think they'll remember that they're a team that plays in Lambeau Field, and if not, we start the movement to put a dome over that thing. I mean, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before Cheezers start clamoring for that because we keep losing trade targets or free agents because they don't want to come. We saw with Emmanuel Sanders. He didn't want to come to Green Bay. Snacks didn't want to come to Green Bay. They don't want to play in the cold. It's going to happen. People are going to start clamoring for a dome eventually. We know how Cheezers get.
Here's the thing, though. It's a catch-22 because by the time that we actually get over the inertia of the fan base to build a dome, global warming is just going to take care of everything, and Green Bay is going to be like Florida, basically.
That's a good point. We could just wait it out.
It won't matter. Right,
we'll
just wait it out.
By then, it won't matter.
No, I'll survive it.
Exactly.
I don't know if you guys know this. I survived COVID, so I think global warming doesn't have a chance against me.
Yeah, congratulations, Jim.
I just didn't know if you guys knew that or not. No, but
totally unaware.
yeah, I'm with you, Dan.
First time I'm hearing
pretty
of
nervous. Shut up, Todd. I'm nervous for this game, man. It's windy again, just like the Minnesota game. They beat us when Kirk Cousins barely threw the ball. So all they have to do is give it to James Robinson and just let that man run. That's what terrifies me.
Is James Robinson Dalvin Cook?
Does it matter?
Is their defense capable of completely shutting down our offense?
Shut up, Todd, man. Just let me have it.
These are just questions. Just questions.
Here's my thing
in an
with
attacking tone.
Here's my thing. Todd, I agree with you. He's not Dalvin Cook. So I mean, like that should make people feel better. Like he's a good running back. I mean, he's sitting top 5 or top 6 in the league in rushing right now. So
he's better than Mostert, who destroyed us.
Yeah, that's true. But my thing with this offense is, have they proven that they can actually work in Lambeau weather? You know what I mean? Like everyone, I've heard a lot of people dismissing the weather comment because Green Bay is a bad weather team. Why? Because they play in Green Bay. Have we seen this offense work yet in the bad weather? The one bad weather game we had, this offense looked completely out of sorts. You know? So until they can prove that this offense sort of works in any kind of different elements, when they're not just playing in New Orleans or California where it's pretty nice out, until I can see that in this kind of weather game, I'm not just going to automatically say that this is a bad weather team, just by default.
As long as, because our offense actually looked good in that Minnesota game until we went down a score, and then Matt LaFleur decided we needed to start passing and panic. If we can maintain, especially with Jones back, if we can just maintain that rushing attack and work the play actions and the short stuff, we should be fine. That's where, as long, like I said, I hope Aaron and the defense remember that game. I hope Matt LaFleur does too, because he had some suspect play calling there as well.
Yeah, I think the worst part too is that Minnesota one, which is going to be hopefully different this time, is we only had 2 offensive possessions in the first half. Yeah, we scored on both.
Technically 3, but let's not count that one going into half.
Yeah, so it's I don't. That's one thing, is I don't see the Jaguars being able to control the ball like the Vikings did. They could. That's I don't know. I'm trying to be optimistic, but it's just.
Oh, you sound like it. You both sound like you're trying real hard to be optimistic over there.
Well, I mean, here's the other thing to think about too. If we kind of start looking at the inactive list and seeing who's out, like this defense is missing now Jair Alexander and Kevin King. Both are inactive today, which I think the King one for me kind of was a little bit more of a surprise than Alexander. I didn't really expect Alexander to make it back from that concussion. But King, man, I just don't know if it's hard to tell how much of this is holding him out because you're not really so much worried about this Jaguars offense, and how much is it that he wasn't just ready to play yet? Like how close was he to playing? And if Jair wasn't playing, I just wonder, how close was King, and would he have been able to play if this was a better opponent,
Yeah, and I'd probably, but with the Packers, we know they always look at the long term with it, and especially with King and his injury history past, like a soft tissue injury like the quad can just be a pain in the ass all season and linger. So I could see them being a little extra cautious and just having him sit out a game like this, where they might not be as worried about the opponent.
Yeah. The other thing too, and this kind of crossed my mind seeing how long it took. Jones said he was feeling like he was going to be a game day decision and missed 2 more games, right? Bakhtiari, we never really heard a whole lot about his injury.
Yeah.
Sat out a while. Kevin King, he's been gone a while. You start to wonder, is this a little, especially with King and Jones, where they've got an injury history, of the front office making a little move to bring that price down just a little bit, of saying, hey, Kevin King, when you're in there, you're great. We'd love to pay you what you want, but you're not in there. You're not in there enough. So we'll pay you for the 12 games a year you're going to play and figure it out after that. So part of me wonders that, especially with the way that our schedule's looking and things have kind of shaken out here, that Josh Jackson's not playing terrible in King's absence. So
yeah,
not playing great, but a lot better than I think a lot of us expected Josh Jackson to play for a considerable amount of time.
I'm sorry, Jimmy, but he's actually played pretty damn good. I think I saw on PFF, like, they're the two top cornerbacks. I wish I could remember what it was, but it was something like they're the only two cornerbacks on the same team that are ranked like inside the top 10 on PFF or something like that. Whatever it was surprising to see Josh Jackson ranked so high.
Yeah, I know Paul Brettel retweeted it out if you want to find it.
Okay, yeah, I might have to look that up.
But he's been playing surprisingly well. The big thing though is like I don't know, he'll get a defensive pass interference and then everyone just shits on him, even though like it's funny how one penalty can just completely shadow everyone's judgment. Just be like he could be playing really solid, have one DPI, and all suddenly he's playing terribly. That's one thing with him is I don't know. It seems like Packer fans either really like him or absolutely just hate him.
Yeah, it's almost sort of like MVS, you know?
Yeah,
high highs.
Who hates him? Who hates MVS? No one's off that train.
Not pointing any pointing any fingers here.
So who with King and Alexander out?
Yeah,
would you have Jackson on DJ Chark, or would you move Sullivan outside and have Sullivan take him?
I think Jackson's my pick.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have him shadowed, especially in a game like this with a rookie quarterback. I don't know that Jackson's good enough that you say, hey, you're going to shadow this guy all game. I think you switch things up and you give him different looks and make the offense try to figure it out. Now, obviously, if you put Sully on him and he absolutely gets torched a couple of times, then you change the game plan, which I don't know that we've really seen Pettin make adjustments in the game plan, but
it's a pretty big ass. Yeah.
So
you know what? Yeah, Jackson, shadow him. It's fine.
Yeah. Now, honestly, we've seen him go from doing 3-man rushes to 2-man rushes. So that was an adjustment.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Real quick, here's that stat from PFF. They're both ranked in the top 10 in lowest yards allowed per coverage snap. Jair was tied for 5th and Josh Jackson tied for 6th. So both in the top 10 with that. So, I mean, that's also the thing is that kind of speaks to the game style of Mike Pettin is you're not really so much trying to stop the pass. You're just trying to limit the amount that the play kind of gets, you know, they complete the pass and they wrap up.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Speaking of defense and matchups that I'm looking forward to this week, I'm gonna do my X factor here right now for this week is the Jaguars are going to be missing their starting center Brandon Linder, and he is, I think, one of the top graded offensive line. He's definitely the top graded offensive lineman for the Jags, and put a Kenny Clark up in front of him. That's the one thing that kind of I look at and I'm like, man, this could be the time that Kenny Clark comes out and just absolutely eats today. You know, like this is a matchup that he should exploit and really kind of makes me feel better about the running attack.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I know numbers are skewed a little bit because he missed time in the beginning of the season, but I'm excited for him to get his first sack and really make an impact. He's been playing well, but he hasn't really had that big splash play. And hopefully this could be one where he just kind of comes out and reminds everyone why he is the highest paid nose tackle. So we can see what he can do. And it's always fun to see a player just demoralize someone coming in and filling in for somebody. So you can see if Kenny Clark can do that. I feel like he's too nice though.
And you have something to think about too. Oh, sorry, Todd, please.
Well, and I think I wrote about it this week is missing King and Alexander. We're going to rely on those guys up front to get the pressure and get things going. this gives Pettin that opportunity to hopefully create some pressure without needing to blitz multiple guys over and over, which we've seen Pettin shy away from this year. So if Clark can get good penetration, that'll definitely help out. And Jimmy, like you said, in the run game too, I mean, that's going to be huge, knowing that we're getting Kirksey back, but he's played 2-3 games in the last year. So
it's pretty bad.
What
do
you really expect from him? So, it's going to be a lot of Kamal Martin, I would guess. Probably see some Ty Summers in there as well. Hopefully not too much Oren Burks, but I'm sure they'll fall asleep and let him on the field at some point.
How pissed off do you get when you see Oren Burke go in to like set the edge? I'd rather have a 2-man rush than see Oren Burks go in there and try to set the edge. I get so frustrated every time. Like, what? Why? That's not his position. Like, who knows what his position is at this point? Honestly, there's
special teams.
Have him do special teams right now. Have him come in at linebacker. Sometimes we need someone to take a breather, but the edge is not where I want to see Oren Burks.
Yeah. I want to go back to what Todd was saying about the 4-man rush and the blitz. I almost think like this is the time to bring more blitzes because it's a young quarterback making only his second start of the year of his career.
Yeah.
And he's got a new center. Like we just talked about, like this is the time that I think you test that kid to make the reads, make the adjustments at the line, and hopefully you cause like this is the perfect time to try and cause those mistakes, and he'll give up those turnovers, and you have a defense that can force turnovers if you can force teams into making a mistake. Look at what happened in the 49ers game. You pressure Nick Mullins, he throws the interception. If you can do it against Luton, he'll put it up there, and you can take advantage of it. I want to go on real quick to a question Joey the Jaguar posted in here.
Yeah.
Who are you most excited to have back fully, like back at full form, Bach or Aaron Jones?
Todd.
What do you guys think?
Honestly, I think it's Aaron Jones on a day like today. As much as I love Bakhtiari, this offensive line's been playing damn good without him, which has been kind of impressive to see these guys just move around and do what they do. Elton Jenkins just, what was it, against San Francisco, played 3 positions. Like, oh, okay, no big deal. One of them he played with his mask still on.
He's badass.
Shout out. Granted, we took a knee on that play, but I think it's getting Aaron Jones in there, especially with this weather. Bakhtiari, again, I don't know that we need a great pass protecting left tackle in this game, but it'll be good to see him out there and get some reps.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm gonna go opposite. I'm happy to see David Bakhtiari back. I think I don't know, like you said, our offensive line's been playing really well, but I'm ready to see that team or that unit just be healthy and have our same unit play consistently. Cause we've never played with our best 5 because Billy Turner didn't play the first week. Then Lane Taylor got hurt. So then we've been constantly shifting around. And I think we had like the same lineup week. I wrote about it the other day. It was like week 3, 4, and 5. But then besides that, it's been constantly shifting around. So I'm just ready to see it just back, be healthy, and just kind of get that cohesiveness back. Because I don't know. I know they've been shifting around really well, but as you get closer to the playoffs, you just want your line to be a little bit more consistent and kind of hunker down in their position rather than always shifting. But shout out to Jenkins and Turner because they've been able to move around nonstop. Even Lucas Patrick. So that's been good to see too. But I don't know. I just want my line to be healthy.
I mean, it's a tough question because I think we're happy that they're both fully back. Like they're both at their position, they're the best on this team. Like they're one with a bullet, like on each position group.
Well, that's really offensive to say to somebody that loves Jamal Williams.
I'm saying like here's the thing. We're talking about how both of those positions have a lot of depth, right?
Yeah.
We've seen left tackle clearly has players that can handle that situation. We saw Jamal Williams and A.J. Dillon to a certain extent be able to step in for Aaron Jones. But nobody in either of those groups are Bach or Jones. Like those are just facts. But Jimmy, I'll agree with you. I actually like the idea of Bakhtiari back more just because of Josh Allen coming into today and Miles Jack, like this is a defense that can get pressure at times. And so just to kind of have that security blanket there again on the left side just makes me feel a lot better. I don't know, but again, I'm definitely not mad about Aaron Jones coming into this game and hopefully doing more Aaron Jones things, because I think you could argue that him going into Thursday's game, I was really worried about how he was feeling, but after what we saw Thursday, I have no qualms about what he's going to be able to do today. You know?
What happened to his limited workload he was going to get that game? That was out the window real quick.
Smoke screen, baby.
Dude, he had I don't know what they did.
Yeah. Janelle's backing me and Jimmy on this. Bakhtiari helps Jones more than Jones helps Bakhtiari.
Can I tell you guys what I just realized?
No.
This will be fun. Buckle up, everybody.
Our last game was San Francisco. That was 3 weeks ago, right? Like,
maybe 4.
Feels like a month ago.
When you just said Thursday night, I was like, dude, we've played since that game. What are you talking about? when I mentioned it before, I thought we had a game in between there. What is happening? It was a month and a half ago, at least. Probably it was in 2019. I don't know. How was that the last game?
It's crazy, dude. Time does not exist anymore.
No.
This year.
I told somebody that. I threw my calendar away. Like, it's who cares? So,
seriously, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes I still feel like I'm in March. I just like this whole.
March has lasted 7 months.
For real, man. I'm convinced too. Wisconsin's gonna have another shutdown sooner or later, so I'm just gonna be hunkering down again. Just I don't know. Time's not existent anymore. Christmas is like a month. Christmas is next month. It doesn't even feel like. Or in Thanksgiving opening weekends next weekend. It's so weird.
Thanksgiving is next weekend or next week.
No, two Thursdays. I asked my mom this before we went on. It's 2 Thursdays, she said.
Well, right. This coming Thursday and then the next Thursday.
Yep.
So next Thursday.
Yeah, 2 Thursdays.
If it was this week, it'd be this Thursday. So next Thursday, exactly like I said.
I don't know what calendars are.
Go ask your mom, I guess, Todd.
Can you ask your mom how many Thursdays until Christmas?
Yeah, let me text her quick.
Todd, does your mom just wake up every day and just be like, Todd,
how many Thursdays till Christmas?
I hope she does answer.
Good morning, Todd. It's 2 Thursdays until Thanksgiving. Yeah, Janelle, how do you think we feel?
Seriously.
What do you think we're doing?
Hey,
our brain cells are the one taking the hit every single time. Gonna have CTE after this.
I know, man. So every time we should just start playing that. You guys listen to Chance the Rapper at all?
Mm-hmm.
You know the song's Brain Cells, where he's burned too many brain cells down to care about him now. That's how I feel. I've already knocked a few out. I don't care anymore.
Exactly. Well, I want to ask you guys that question. I gave you my X factor. What is your guys' X factor for the game today? We've pretty much gone over all the inactives, who's in, who's out. I mean, I guess the ones we didn't talk, Lazard, not activated for today. He has to be activated by next week if he wants to play at some point this season. So it's next week or never. But Henry Black, Stanford Samuels, and Kavari Russell elevated to the roster to kind of fill out the rest of those cornerback positions. So everyone that's here, we talked a lot about who's in, who's out. Who's the X factor for today?
For me, I'm going to have to go with it's going to be the edge rush against Jawan Taylor. I think he's going to be one that we can exploit. And we saw 18 weeks ago when we played the 49ers that when Preston Smith forced that turnover, like they just abused the left tackle that came in for Trent Williams. So just being able to, we saw that when we can get pressure and they have the ability to take advantage of less talented tackles. So I think that's going to be huge. And I really hope, you mentioned it earlier, this is the week for Pettine to do the opposite of what he does and bring some pressure. And it'd be cool that this week, like, if we have a comfortable lead or we have the game under control, like start throwing shit out there. Like playoffs are coming sooner rather than later. So like, let's start trying some things, seeing what works. And this could become one that we can get real creative on that defensive line and see what happens. But I think it's going to be the edge rush against Juwan Taylor for my.
How good was Preston's breakdown of what happened on that play with the interception?
Dude,
I engaged the lineman. I disengaged. I hit the quarterback as he was throwing the ball. He couldn't throw it how he wanted to. It went up in the air. Raven got the interception.
It sounded like when you ask like somebody in the military to describe like, just like the most like mundane thing. Like, well, Coach, can you tell us about what happened out there? We encountered the enemy at 12:45 Eastern Standard Time. Weather was coming in from, and our guys executed the game plan. Charlie came in from the right. Like, Coach, we're talking about like PB football. Like,
yeah, not a big deal.
I love that.
Did you see Dusty put his voice onto the play? I was crying. That was.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, you gotta look it up. It's funny. It's just Preston talking, and then Dusty just highlights everything he's talking about. It was really good.
Nice.
Yeah,
Dusty's good. Dusty's good people, man.
Yeah.
So I just heard back from my mom. We have 6 Thursdays till Christmas.
Beautiful.
So I didn't fact check her. She's mom. I trust her on that.
Yeah. I trust her too.
My X factor is got to be Kamal Martin this week. We know that they're going to try and run the ball. I think having him playing with Barnes out, Kirksey, we don't know how much we'll get out of him this week. I think Kamal's going to have a big game.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, he's stepped up as we've seen him step up as the run guy that we all thought he would be. So this is
well, he plays downhill really well.
Yeah, he does. I mean, this is a pretty decent test for him. I think he was a little overmatched in the Dalvin Cook game, but I think this is a pretty decent test of a young running back who's also trying to find his feet in the league.
Yeah.
Who's showing that he has, the potential to do something in this league as a running back. And this is a great test for Kamal. Right? Yeah, I agree with you, Todd. I think it's going to be.
What do you guys think the Packers are going to roll with later on the season when Kirksey, Kamal, and Barnes are all healthy?
I don't know, but if Oren Burke sees the damn field, I'll be like Joey in the comments there. I'll lose a year of my life every time that guy comes on the field.
Honestly, the way that I see it is I think you use Kamal in run situations. I think he's a specialist right now, especially coming off of the injury that he did, missing the time that he did. I think he's just a bit more of a specialist. So
could he be our new Jake Ryan?
I had my cousin almost dated Jake Ryan for a hot second.
Don't tell people that. That's not.
Yeah.
Tell people that. That's a great thing. One time I peed next to Ruvel Martin. True story. Seriously, it was the highlight of my life.
So what was this? What was the scenario? What was the situation?
It's when the Packers made the playoffs the year before they won the Super Bowl. So Greg Jennings did like a playoff party at New Berlin Ale House, and and a bunch of Packer players came. So it was like Greg Jennings came, Martin came, Johnny Jolly was there, a couple other people, and I was peeing, and all of a sudden this beautiful man just started peeing next to me, and I was like, Ruvel Martin, hello, sir. I was like, you need me to wash your hands for you?
Yeah, did you shake his hand before you zipped up, or?
Yeah, mid pee. I just reached over. I was like, hey man, it was pre-COVID, so you can do that. All right, here's another question then. So
hit us.
we have DeGuara out for the season, Lovett out for the season, no fullback. Who? Oh yeah,
I was thinking the same thing. Janelle. I was thinking the same thing.
That's my highlight.
And
I don't see what's wrong with that.
Not even like the Packers winning the Super Bowl. It was the year before that, and peeing
I'm sorry,
next
guys.
to a player.
What NFL player have you peed next to?
Peeing next to a number 4 wide receiver.
And current coach on the Packers. So he's moving up. Assholes. Anyways, Who's who are we gonna fill in at fullback now? We're gonna see Sternberger. I know Ty Summers played a little bit. They tried him there last season during some practice. Who do you think is gonna be our new guy?
I know you saw my tweet. Who I think it's gonna be. We had him in here earlier this year, and he told us he played a little offense in college. He caught a touchdown pass. Kenny Clark, fullback. Let's do it.
We gotta get him on Lombardi's bar again, and then maybe that'll bump him up to fullback. Lombardi, that would be his first touchdown.
Yeah, let's do it.
If we brought Mike Pettin on the show, do you think that would fix things? Would that bump it up? Would he get the bump?
I don't trust Todd filtering himself.
I could. What did I say, Dan? When there was a potential rumor of AJ Hawk, I said I'd play nice. I could discuss things calmly with him.
You did say that.
I think we could give Mike a lot of good advice that he could move forward with in the season, and really do some great things with the defense, because whoever he's talking to advice now,
like good real estate agents in Green Bay.
Yeah,
it's a seller's market, Mike.
All right, Todd. Pretend Dan is Mike Pettin, and you can only give him one piece of advice.
Oh, I need sunglasses. I need glasses.
Todd has about 18 pairs for you.
I know. All right. Yeah, Todd, give it. Let's act this out.
Hey, Mike. Blitz.
Good start.
That's it. Just create pressure. That's all you got to do.
What a gigantic letdown that was.
Yeah, I know. I was hoping for something better.
You just come in here every.
I told you I'd be nice. I told you I would be nice about it. I'm not gonna disrespect the man to his face. However, I was having a conversation with another one of our former guests who told me it was criminal that we do not blitz more often with the best cornerback in the league. So, not going to name drop who that was, but probably one of my best friends in the world. That was our probably first guest on here, future Hall of Famer. And just ridiculous that they don't blitz, that there's no pressure there. It's made the defense a shell of what it was last year, which I thought coming into this year, our defense was going to be one of our strong suits. Well,
that's the thing is, like, this defense isn't good all over to just be like to beat teams straight up. You know what I mean? Like, this defense doesn't have playmakers at every position to do that. You know, you have to create the opportunities, and this defense isn't doing that. They're playing to not give up the big play, but also there's no big play opportunity for you. And right. So, yeah, I agree with that. They need to be changing something to do what they did back in 2010. Like that team created the pressure, and it wasn't like we had world beaters all over the place that year too. I mean, granted, it was probably one of the best secondaries, you know, that I can remember, but like we were generating the turnovers that were required, and we're just not doing it this year. Let's take a quick spin around the NFC North, guys. It's pretty short this week because only one other game this week out of the NFC North, the Lions facing off against the Washington football team, which, by the way, I want to take a second. I like that. I actually wish they would keep it. I wish they would keep it.
It's so dumb.
I like it. It gives me a soccer feel to it, and I think it works.
It is the most Dan Snyder thing in the world of, if I can't have what I want, then we're not going to have anything. Okay, Dan, then what do you got? We'll just be the football team.
Yeah.
Okay, Dan, that's better than what you were. Carry on. That's going to be such a gross, ugly game.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I know it's inside a dome, but I still feel like that's a game that's just going to be like rainy and muddy and just awful, just gross.
I was about to say like
6 to 9 will be the final on that one. Just, I know, I get that it's in a dome. I still feel like it's just going to be an ugly game.
I want to see Alex Smith do something.
Yeah, me too. That'll be really fun.
Yeah.
And I
He almost
actually
had
think
I just hope his leg stays.
Oh, I know.
I think there's an opportunity that they go into Detroit and like really handle business. Because no Kenny Golladay. If you can just limit Adrian Peterson, I think Washington has a real shot to turn that into a solid victory. Not one of these last second ones that Detroit always seems to pull out of their rear end. But
you sure it's not an AP revenge game?
Oh yeah.
The football team gave up
yards.
on him. They gave up on him. Said he was washed. Nothing left in the tank.
Idiots. So did I ask you guys my Frank Gore and Adrian Peterson question?
No, but I want.
Who do you think who retires at the older age? Frank Gore or Adrian Peterson?
Well, Frank Gore's already 70.
Good point. Let me put it that way.
How old are they compared to each other?
I don't know.
Who's
they both
way to ask the question and do your homework. You're such a
Frank what?
Gore is
Say it.
Frank Gore is 37.
No, he's not.
Get the fudge out of here.
Todd, no, he's not.
Frank Gore is not 37.
No, he's not, Todd. Shut up. He's not 37.
No, he's 37.
May 14th, 1983. Grandpa Frank Gore.
How is he playing football?
What the hell is going on?
He sold his soul.
Yes, seriously. There is a painting with Frank Gore on. I don't know. I was about to say Jamal Williams.
Frank Gore. He's going to play at least. He's playing at least till his son's in the league, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he's in college.
Is this his Frank? How is I thought he's in college now, right? Isn't he?
Yeah, he's a freshman at Southern Miss.
That's right. Yeah. Oh yeah. If I'm him, you at least got to handle. You at least got to handle business. Oh,
hey, what up?
You want to say hi? She's disappointed it's not my students. She saw Todd's ugly face and was like, yeah, he's like the people I tell you to stay away from.
Stranger danger.
You run.
Yep. Stranger danger.
Go pack? No.
Can you ask her what's her lock and upset of the week?
What's your lock and upset? Packers win? Yeah. Do the Bears lose? Say, boo Bears. She's not very talkative today. I think she heard that my highlights PNX Ruvel Martin and not her. She got upset. She got sad. But yeah, sorry. That was anticlimactic.
Well, let me ask you, Jimmy, then.
Yeah.
You can fill in for your daughter.
Yeah.
What's your lock and upset of the week?
Ooh, good question.
Are you still trying to stay on task here?
Yeah, I think Jacob's probably watching this like, I'm not letting these idiots do this ever again. My upset for this one, I'm going to pick the Chargers over the Dolphins. Is that even an upset, though? Well, Dolphins are 5-3. Chargers are 2-6. I'll count it. My upset's going to be the Chargers over the Dolphins. I think Herbert's going to come in and show them that he should have been taken at that number 5 spot. See you, sweetheart. I was talking to you, Todd.
I know. That's usually how you sign off with me.
Yeah. My lock, I'm gonna go with New Orleans over San Francisco. Saints are gonna beat 49ers. Drew Brees is gonna get Michael Thomas a bunch of yards, so my fantasy team wins.
Todd, what about you?
Thanks, son.
Let's see. Upset. I like the Cardinals today at home against the Bills. I think that could be a really fun game to watch. And Kyler Murray's been playing good. Just an exciting team there. So I'm going to jump on that one. Lock of the week. Where do I like this one? Texans at Browns. I like the Browns in that one. I don't think there's a way they lose that game.
Wow.
Especially they activated Nick Chubb, getting him back in there.
Think he plays much?
I doubt it, but Kareem Hunt's been playing great in his absence.
Yeah, that's fair.
True.
For my lock, I was also going to go Saints over the 49ers, but I think I'll change that over to the Steelers over the Bengals. I think the think the Bengals actually have a chance to do something. And I think it's a potential, if everything works out right. I just don't think it will. I believe too much in the power of this Steelers team that apparently just can't lose a game no matter how hard it tries. Dallas. Like how pissed off were you guys watching that game? Because I wanted Dallas to win. It was the one time I wanted Dallas to win so bad.
I know.
I read something that said that was a bad loss for Dallas. I was like, I get it. They blew a 10-point lead, but what was that, a 6-point game? How is that a bad loss for them? Like, if you told them going into it, hey, you're only going to lose by 6 today, Mashed Potato Mike would have put the gravy all out there. Just
Mashed Potato Mike. That guy won a Super Bowl, man. He deserves a little bit better than this, right?
Shut up, Dan.
If he would have left in a timely manner, yeah.
Yeah, he should have been considerate of the Packers and be like, you know what, guys, I got to go.
I've decided.
Are you calling him Kobe Bryant? Overstayed his welcome and hurt the franchise?
Hey, man, too soon. R.I.P. Kobe. But yes, I am doing that.
Okay.
Yep.
For my upset, I'll take the Panthers over the Bucks. I think the Panthers have a good matchup against the Bucks, and I think they could. I think it becomes a bit of somewhat of a shootout, but I'll take the Panthers as an upset over the Bucks.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, we kind of glossed over it going around the division. What do you think about tomorrow night's game, Vikings at Bears?
Oh yeah, right. We did kind of just gloss over that. I think that's because screw both of them.
Yeah. We hate them.
They suck.
My bad. Yep. Carry on.
I'm gonna go.
Anyways.
Well, yeah, but I do think Minnesota's found their recipe of just don't have Kirk Cousins do anything and give the ball to Dalvin Cook.
Yeah. Do you think Matt Nagy not calling the plays makes a difference?
No.
Nope.
Doesn't matter.
Because they still have Nick Foles. So
yeah.
All right, guys, let's put a cherry on this.
Were we on air when
What, Todd? What? Good God, what?
I don't remember if we were on air when we were talking about Bears fans calling in wanting Jim Harbaugh.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, we weren't. But I can't think of a better opportunity for the guy. Those two need each other. I feel like that's just them in their happy place. Does that become like an axis of evil thing where a negative and a negative cancel each other out and it becomes a positive?
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Exactly. You were talking about Mike McCarthy winning the Super Bowl. Harbaugh also got to a Super Bowl though. So is he really that bad of a coach?
Kaepernick got him to a Super Bowl.
Right, Kaepernick took him to a Super Bowl.
So then Rodgers.
Those are facts.
Yeah,
Rodgers said McCarthy. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool,
McCarthy did nothing.
But Aaron actually got McCarthy the ring, so McCarthy still has the ring.
Okay. All right. I see what you guys are saying. Screw Harbaugh. I got it.
Exactly. Game predictions, boys.
Now he's on track.
What the hell happens today? We've talked a ton about it. We've talked about the good and the bad. What could happen? What's your final prediction for today? Give me a score and a winner, Todd.
Ooh, I've never been good at scoring. I will say the Packers win and they cover the 13.5.
All right, I can respect that.
I like it. What's a bold prediction, Todd? Putting you on the spot.
I think I just gave one.
No, that's not bold.
That's not bold. That's just what, covering the spread or the Packers win? Which part of that was bold?
Covering.
How's that bold?
Because both of you guys think that we're going to lose this game.
I didn't say we were going to lose this game.
I just said I was nervous.
I'm sorry. Both of you guys are worried about this game.
Yes.
So me saying that we're going to win by 14 is somehow not bold.
You can get a backdoor cover. You could get a backdoor cover at the end of it. You don't know. Make a bold prediction. Would you come in here and do your job, Todd?
35-17.
Is that the bold prediction?
Is that the bold
prediction? I don't know what you mean by a bold prediction. Devontae has 3 scores. Is that what you mean?
Thank you. Yes.
Devontae has 8 scores today.
Go to Skip Bayless's Twitter account and throw a dart and pick one of those.
Jackson has 5 picks.
Who does?
Is that what you needed?
Yes.
God, Jimmy, get us off the air. Let's go.
Packers 31, Jaguars 14. Aaron Jones and Jamal both have touchdowns today, and we have 2 interceptions.
Bold. Incredibly bold.
Shut up, Todd.
All right, mine. I'm going to take the Packers. I'm going to take the Packers 31-17, and I will say that I'll say Kenny Clark has at least 2 sacks today, and the rest of the defense contributes 2 as well. I think it's a 4-sack game all around, but Kenny pulls in 2. So, guys, we're just about 15 minutes away from the start of this ugly weather game in Lambeau. So prepare for it. We'll be back. This 3 right here, if this wasn't enough for you, we're going to be
Jacob's
back.
not letting us come
Yeah,
back.
if you have any brain cells
gonna
left
be-
after this, we're coming back tonight.
Well, maybe we killed enough of them because, like Jamel said, she loses brain cells every time she watches. So maybe we've killed enough of Jimmy's that he'll just let us stay on. He's just become like a vegetable.
Jacob?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you guys have killed enough of mine, but yeah, Jacob too.
We'll be back with the roundtable at 6:15 Central, 7:15 Eastern Standard Time to break everything down with our special guest, Lori Fitzpatrick from Jaguar Report is going to be joining us. She joined us Wednesday to talk Jaguars on Lombardi's Bar, and she's an absolute blast. So make sure you stick around. We'll have breakdown from both sides of the ball after this game here on Game On Wisconsin. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the like and subscribe button on YouTube so you get alerted when we go live. Real quick, guys, so we get ready for the start of this, where can people find you on social media if they want to follow you during the game and after if they so choose?
At the Todd V, right there on your screen. Give me a follow on Twitter. I will be sending all kinds of just hot garbage today during the game.
He's saving all of his hot takes for Twitter.
Yeah. Dear God, Todd. Mine's, I got to put my Twitter handle in my name. You guys are clever. Jimmy_C08. All my stuff's on there. So follow me there for, I'd say garbage. It's not as hot as Todd's, but it's still garbage.
All right. And I've got the hottest of garbage on my Twitter at DK All The Way if you want to follow me there. Again, everybody, thank you for joining us. We'll be back again just a few hours from now, 6:15 Central for the roundtable. Make sure you stick around for the post route as well, right after the show for instant reaction. But until next time, everybody, enjoy the game and go Pack.
Be right back, guys. Go Pack.
Yeah, we'll be back soon.